Is it just me, or does YouTube kind of stink these days? You know, it used to be that you could go to YouTube and find exactly what you wanted to find, whatever it was, right? There was somebody who's really into something you're into, or someone doing something really cool that like you wish you could be doing, or you'd watch it instead of TV. And it was enjoyable. It was fun. You would follow people that interested you and actually see their content show up in your feed. All of these really just enjoyable things that you could do. Like, yeah, you could put on regular TV and see the news and see, you know, certain shows and things like that. Or you could come to YouTube and see the things that you wanted on the tube, right? Like you could see the things that you wanted to see. It was enjoyable. It was fun. It was unique. I feel like it used to be that way. And I'm coming up. I've been a YouTube creator for almost 8 years now. And I even look back on some of my old videos. I'm like, wow, it's not what it used to be. I'm not what I used to be. And part of that makes sense. I mean, we change and we grow, and the Lord does different things in different seasons of our life. But I don't know, going for a walk, even though it's freezing. I'm working on getting my time outside, getting moving, doing stuff. And I thought we'd just have a conversation. So if you want to join me, go for a walk around the property. And I just wanted to talk about this because I think that the sign of what we're seeing with YouTube right now is a lot deeper than maybe we realize. And what are you thinking? What are you seeing? Do you feel like you get on YouTube and you actually enjoy the stuff you're watching? You enjoy the things that you're seeing on your homepage? Or do you feel like you get on and if you have to see one more video about if Candace Owens is right or wrong and who's doing what and what happened to Charlie, I mean, the amount of just craziness and chaos that is everywhere, I feel like it's just getting a little out of control. Good gravy, so cold. Lord, there's too many things lately that I just don't know. Lord, we know you've got it. You told us what was coming, but does it make it easy when it happens? I saw something laying out here earlier. I thought it was like lint or something. It's the back half of an animal. I don't know. It's like a dead mouse or something. See that? That's a dead critter. Half of a dead critter. Bye. And I feel like, especially the second half of this past year, it's gotten to the point where I don't want to get on YouTube anymore. As a content creator, I don't even want to be on here anymore because it's just negative, chaotic, overwhelming. Most of the videos all look the same. They're all done in the same way. And I know I'm guilty of that as well. And then it's crazy because I know I'm feeling this deeply in my own life with my own family, but I'm seeing it from creators that are so much bigger than I am that our views are taking massive hits. So I think that there is the other side of that, where as creators, you believe in what you're doing, you want to be doing stuff, but it's now not working like it used to. How do you put the content together that matters, that you believe in, that will actually go and get to the people you want it to get to? It doesn't seem to be doing that anymore. I noticed this because I was scrolling through my For You page, right, which is supposed to be tailored content, exactly what you're looking for. Because you can subscribe to someone, which, yes, please, I would love it if you wanted to. Maybe you'll see my stuff in the future. The more you like someone or you comment, you share their stuff, right, the more that you tell the YouTube powers that be that you're interested in this, the more likely you are to continue to see the stuff, get the updates, whatever. Okay, most platforms are doing that. But if you go to your For You page, your home page, that is supposed to be the all-knowing system showing you exactly what it knows you will love. How many of those videos are you actually interested in watching? Let me know, because maybe I'm crazy. We were having a conversation here in our house with our people talking about this, and is this thing still on? Let me make sure. Hold on here, I can't see anything. Okay, I guess it is. Yeah, we're just having a real talk because I need to get out here, and even though it's freezing, I need to get my walk in. If you go to your homepage, your For You page, are you seeing the stuff you actually want to be seeing? The things that are suggested to you, are you interested in them? Because sometimes I've noticed here lately, I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I really don't. I'm always worlds behind of everyone else. I'm always late to the trends. Like, that's me. But as we've had, you know, some winters come in, we've had harsher weather, I've kind of pulled in and been like, you know what? I need to relax a little bit. I've been way too busy, way too stressed out. Maybe I just need to sit down and find something good to watch, you know, something educational, entertaining, you know, something to sit down and maybe just put my focus and attention into. And I will sit there and I will scroll through my For You page. And sometimes I will scroll and scroll and scroll until I literally hit the end and there's nothing left on there. And nothing's really been that great, that interesting. And it's not because there aren't great, amazing, wonderful creators out there. There are. I truly believe that there are. But there's just not much of anything. I was talking with my son about it, and he was talking about how he honestly has given up, and thankfully he has a few creators that he really, really loves. And so he goes and kind of hunts them down and pulls up their stuff, and they have tons of new content on their page, but yet YouTube isn't recommending it to him. And these are creators that he's been faithfully watching for years. That makes no sense. Why is that happening that way? And so I don't know what's going on. YouTube has made a lot of big changes here lately. And I think that we are seeing a ton of AI in our feeds, which I think most everybody is pretty sick of, right? Sure, I've seen a couple of funny videos when the queen answers the door and 800,000 corgis come running out. Like, okay, I chuckled, but that's not the content I actually want to be watching. The AI videos are everywhere. The things that are being recommended, I don't understand necessarily why it's being recommended. Or I might go and search one thing, trying to figure out, you know, what I need to do to fix something on my dishwasher. And the next thing I know, my whole page is filled with absolutely nothing but appliance repair videos. I don't need 8 million appliance repair videos. I needed that one. I found what I needed. Thank you so much. That person was fantastic. I'd like to go back to my normal viewing, please. And so all of this to say, you know, as many of you have been around for the past little bit, it's been no secret and should be no surprise that for me personally, it has not been a good year. We kind of had the kickoff point with Hurricane Helene last year, and my life has just been, it's been difficult. And trying to keep my head on straight and show up where I need to show up for my family, for my husband, for my job, right? Sharing here has been a struggle. And I know that I have dropped the ball from the content creator side multiple times. I know I have. And genuinely to you all, I'm sure most of you probably wouldn't even see this, right? Because again, views are weird and things aren't even going out the way they should. But I know, sorry, I've got stuff growing up on the electric fence. I know that I've dropped the ball. I know that there are things that I should have been doing differently. I should have been focused. I should have been clear. I should have, anyways, we could sit here all day with shoulda, woulda, coulda. I know that there are things that I could have done better. I know there are ways in which I have let viewers down. But at the end of the day, well, yes, this whole fence is down over here. No wonder there's issues. See, this is what happens when you haven't walked your line. Hold, please. Hold on. When you get too busy, you're doing too many things. And thankfully, we have really good sheep that haven't even noticed. And thankfully, it's cold, so I have gloves on, and I'm not getting the tars zapped out of me at the moment. Let's see if we can't pull this. All right, come on, come on. Oh, it's cold. Come on. I knew I should have done that the other day, and I didn't. Kind of like this. There's things I know I need to do, and I haven't done them. And then you finally come out and do them, and you go, good gravy, why didn't I just do that already? Would have made my own life easier. I would have come out here and checked. This is the only side we didn't check when we were trying to figure out what was going on with the fence. Problem was back here. I found it. Ta-da! Hopefully it'll work better now. Anyways, all of this to, again, just come out here. It is so cozy. It's cold, but it's kind of nice once you get going. There are ways in which I know that I've let y'all down. Let myself down. Let my family down, right? Like, we have seasons. We have times that are hard and times when we look back and we go, yeah, I could have done something different, something better. Could have been more focused, more diligent, just more thoughtful. I could have stayed true to the things that I knew I should have stayed true to, that I didn't. I got nervous. I got worried when views were going down, and it was like, man, I think the algorithm's changing. I think this is causing things to be different than we're used to. I got nervous, and so I followed the advice. Those are thorns. I followed the advice of what all the things said. And I started trying to do the stuff that they were saying to do, even though it might not have been my favorite. But I really do pray that the Lord will use it to serve some, even in my shortcomings. Because isn't that what matters, right? In our weakness, He is stronger. If I've still been able to reach someone, it's not because of me, it's because of Him. My job here is to encourage, is to have those real conversations like you would with a close friend and say, what is the Lord doing in your life? How are you getting through the craziness that the world has been lately? That it only seems to get crazier and crazier. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Mary. Hi, Mama. Got another tree down over here. Oh, we got all this ice and all this stuff coming in, and it's just caused stuff to be a stinking mess. Let me see if you guys can see the sheep. All right. Do you see them all right there? Little sheepies. I can't zoom very far with this camera, but they're all just sitting there staring at me as I move in the tree going, what on earth are you doing? Cute little babies. But regardless of whatever the reasons are, right, is the algorithm really changing? Is AI really messing up what people are seeing? Are people just overwhelmed and fed up because the world is going bonkers and you don't want to be on here? You don't want to be watching stuff. Or you're sick of every time you get on, the stuff that is being served to you is stuff that either you're not interested in, you're kind of over, right? It's played out, it's AI, it's, whatever it is. Or it's all this stuff that is just buying into the chaos, buying into the fights and the divisions and the arguments. I mean, I feel like that's why I don't watch the news. I stopped watching the news years ago. It's not that I don't stay informed and pay attention to things, but I'm not watching what they have to serve. But now I feel like just clicking on channels that I used to click on, I'm kind of seeing the same thing, right? Everything is this over sensationalized, notice this now or the world's gonna end, or some sort of chaos and debacle between this person and that person, or, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, I'm just over it. That's not what I want to watch. That's not what I want to do. And I think a lot of these things all play together, but I think more than anything, how do we have real connection again? Are you pulling away because you're sick of seeing the things that it keeps serving to you, but then you're just not watching anything? Now you're just kind of off feeling even more alone? Or are you pulling off because it's not serving you the things you want to be seeing? And you're going and you're getting yourself involved and invested in other places, maybe arguably better places to be involved in. Or are you still here and you're watching and you're trying to find that right place again? That place where YouTube feels like it has a spark, it has a soul, it's real people doing real things, making real connection, not just fighting, not just bickering, not just sensationalizing everything, but doing something worthwhile, something of meaning, something of purpose. I feel like that's what I want to find more of. Meaning, purpose. Yes, we can have a good time. We can enjoy the things to enjoy. But we can also focus and have the conversations that we should probably focus and have the conversations of. And not in a way of chaos or being unkind or anything negative. But calling it for what it is. Seeing where the Lord has us. What we need to do. What matters. Hi, big buddy. Hi, handsome boy. Yeah, did I make it over here? You could see me? Were you staying back there so you could protect your sheep? Yes, you were, because you're such a good protector, aren't you? Yes, you are. Good job, buddy. So, anyways, do with that what you will. You know, the more and more I've thought about this, so you know what? My favorite types of videos to make, doesn't mean they're the ones that do well, so throw in your 2 cents below. My favorite types of videos to make are the ones where it's like you pulled out your phone and you just called a close friend and you just connected. You just talked about things that mattered, not just because you were trying to talk at the right pacing or move quick enough or have enough jump cuts and change enough this or that, but because you're just having a real conversation with a friend, talking about something that stood out, that you're thinking about, that you're dealing with, that you're going through. And man, how's the Lord working in your life? What are you facing? What are you going through? Those are my favorite types of videos to make because those are my favorite types of friends to have. The friends that I don't have to pretend for. I don't have to put on a show. I don't have to say the right thing or not say or this or that, right? The ones that you can just be with, enjoy the fellowship of, dig into the things that matter and not feel like if you say the wrong thing, they're going to be judging you or, you know, you're not going to be part of their circle anymore or something ridiculous like that, but just real, honest friends. And I think that for a lot of us, that's what YouTube kind of opened up. It opened up meeting people that we wouldn't get to meet otherwise. Having our paths crossed with someone that the Lord put before us. Not because it was the trendiest, best edited, most cuts, most graphics on the screen, most whatever. Because it was someone real that we could connect with, learn from, be encouraged by, almost kind of do life with, you know, even if we're in totally different locations. We can connect, we can be there. And I think that, you know what, whether it tanks the whole channel or what, you know, I want to focus on more things like that. So I'm sorry for in all the ways that I've gotten caught up and I think rightfully concerned for what I was doing and did it matter? You know, I want the videos to go out and to connect with people and to make meaningful impact. But maybe the best way to do that is not to follow the things that everyone else is doing and the things they're telling you to do, but just to go to the Lord in prayer and say, Lord, I'm going to go for my walk. I'm going to take a friend along and we're going to chat. If there is a way that you could use this conversation to bring a friend alongside, lift them up, talk about something that maybe has been weighing on their heart and making them a little frustrated, overwhelmed, you know, whatever it might be, and say, how do we walk through these earthly things with eternity in view? How do we get through them? How do we deal with them? How do we take care of the things we need to take care of? Knowing, Lord, that you've got it and you're using us each and every day for your glory. Maybe those are the friends we need to make and the conversations we need to have. So know that I'm lifting you up in prayer today. If there's something you're going through, I'm thinking of you. And I hope that whatever it is that God is doing in your life, that you're just going stronger and stronger day by day. We're doing our Bible read through in the membership group. And again, you're welcome to join us if you want to join us, but just having that focus each day of sitting down, having sisters in Christ, or holding each other accountable, staying focused, you know, going through it. We're calling it rest in the Word, because that's exactly what I need this winter, to rest in the Word. And I know it's that cheesy cliche saying, but don't we have to be the change we wish to see in the world? Now, YouTube might be a trivial thing to the totality of the world, but one of the changes that I wish to see is one where we just go back to being real people, having real connection, and not having to fit the mold of what everybody wants to see. And I know I get the comments too that they're like, get to the point quicker, you're talking about all the things, this should be shorter. I'm like, I don't want to just rail through. Here are 5 reasons why you should not like the way YouTube is now, and this is what we should do to make it better. Point 1, point 2. I don't want to do that. If that's what you want, I'm sure there are plenty of YouTube channels you can go and watch. I want to get to know people.
I'm Heidi. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a follower of Christ. I got a little homestead here in Western North Carolina. I love my sheep. We got ducks for the first time this winter. We're trying to make sure they stay happy and healthy. I love taking care of my home. I'm working through my house before the end of this year, trying to get it all put back together. I started sharing a series on that, but then I felt really bad because, yeah, it's a whole nother story for another day. I got things I'm working on, things that I'm doing, trying to put my life together. I'm overwhelmed, stressed out, got too many things not going the way I really want them to in life. No, buddy, you just got mud on my jacket. And I got a big old muddy Great Pyrenees getting stuff all over me. Nope, you got to stay down here, buddy, not until they're all done. That's me. Welcome. How are you doing? Is there something that you'd like to talk about? Something that you're missing? Something that you'd like to see here in this space? Let's start being people first. Let's put the you back in YouTube and focus on that maybe. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But most importantly, we'll go wherever it is that Lord's calling us, because that's the place I want to be anyways. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, friends.